Hey, how you doing? My name is Chris. Welcome to my shop. Yes, I got a haircut. Um, After 2.5 years of growing all that hair out, it's finally in the hands of some people that can do some good with it. So, enough said. Haven't really been working on any project per se. But this shop has been my project for the past 2 weeks because of weather and other things as well. But there's some organization I wanted to get done, and I'm not quite there yet, as you'll soon see. I tell you what, stick around. I'll show you what I've been up to around the shop. Anyway, give you a look around. I don't think I've ever done a shop tour before, but I'll give you a look around, let you know what my shop looks like, what I'm currently dealing with, and what a mess this place currently is. Coming up next. This is an area of my shop that you seldom see because I used to do some work over here, but I don't use this area to work in as much anymore. My drill press used to sit right here, and I've since moved it over there next to my lathe. This is kind of just a storage area, and as you can see, kind of a catch-all area too. So this is something I've got to work on. But I keep my router table and my router stuff all just parked over here. When I need it, I wheel it out and use it over there. But this is the part of my shop that I really, at some point in time, I want to get out of my shop, to be honest with you, because there's nothing in here that has to do with my shop. I got a huge trash can. There's some household stuff there. I've got all my outdoor power equipment, a generator, a tiller, backpack blower, snow blower, lawnmower, pressure washer, stuff that doesn't belong here. And man, if I could get that space, at least I could put a wood rack there or something, you know. But yeah, and this is a radial arm saw that I don't use it that often, and I'm thinking about getting rid of it. It's tough for me to part with tools, though. I mean, it's like, but I guess if I use this more often, besides like maybe once a year, I could justify the space that it's currently taking up. But I don't use it that often, and I'm seriously considering giving this away to somebody who could use it. So haven't firmed that up yet. We'll see. Behind it over here, you can see where my bandsaw is, and I've got a hand truck, and then I got my cars parked outside. But yeah, this is an area of my shop I don't show that often because for two reasons: A, I don't use it, and B, it's always a mess. It seems like. This is another area of my shop I don't show all that often, basically because it's it's usually a mess as well. But I've got all my scrap wood, not very organized, but stuck over there. Some cutoffs. There's some new stock there that's yet to be used. I've got some milling work that I do when I haven't milled up some logs or things of nature. That they sit on the floor here, acclimate to my shop. Got some scraps and some other stuff that is probably going to end up in a fire somewhere. But yeah, this is going to be the next area. I just finished cleaning and organizing the lathe area. Yeah, this is going to get my attention next. Spend some time here and sort through this, find out what's worth keeping and what's not. I'm a wood hoarder. I don't know about anybody else, but I have a hard time throwing away a piece of wood that big if I think, hey, I could use that someday. But yeah, so that's going to get my attention next. Little shop heater, and you're probably familiar with this space over here. It's where I normally open up all my videos and stuff, and I got my miter saw sitting here. So I'll give you the angle over here and let you take a look at what I got going on. This is just the area to the left of what I was just showed you. My miter saw is here. I keep my planer down there. Scraps that come off the miter saw go in a bucket down here. It's where I hang my table saw blades and other blades on the post that unfortunately is right in the middle of my shop. But let me swing the camera over here. I want to show you something that I made and tell you a quick story about it. Okay, this is just a quick, really dirty elevated shop table that I made for myself to hold my computer when I have it out here. I've got a bench I sit on. And I made this table like in a matter of like half an hour. And it was way back when the Maritime Makers had me on as a spotlight guest. I realized I didn't have a place to position my computer and camera out here to actually do the show, so I just kind of threw this together. But the story I had to tell you was I had my computer out here sitting here. I was on a hangout with Jason McGinn talking with him as I was doing some work and he was doing some work, and I was jointing up some boards. I had my jointer sitting right here facing this way, facing towards my computer. and I was jointing this. I don't know if you guys remember. I made a cutting board a while back, God, a year or so ago, out of birch branches, and I was doing another one. And as I was jointing this on the jointer, this piece, the glue up, failed, and this piece came flying off, hit my computer screen, and pretty much destroyed the computer screen on my laptop. I can laugh about it because I can still hook it up to a monitor and the computer works, but yeah, hazards of having a computer in your workshop, or at least not thinking about the correct placement for your jointer. Yeah, I'm going to be looking for a new laptop pretty soon. What else have I got going on here? I've got, these are just some odds and ends that are going to end up becoming a box joint jig. My last table saw, when I sold it, I gave the gentleman the box joint jig I made for that, because it wouldn't fit this table saw, and so I've got to make a new one for this one. I've got a project that I have coming up that I want to make. Obviously, I want to do some box joints for a box, and I need to make a box joint jig. So, and the box joint jig that I make for myself isn't really one of the fancy ones, I wouldn't call. It's pretty dirty, but it works, and that's all that really matters to me. So I don't know if it's worth a video on, but if you want to see how I make my box type joint jig, I'll be happy to do that for you. So let me know in the comments. But I've spent a lot of time in this area of my shop trying to get things somewhat organized. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but I managed to get my lathe bench pretty much cleaned up and organized. I got my woods all separated and labeled. I've got birch all the way over here from a couple years ago when I was doing the table build for my brother. I've got some oak. I use the oak for, I had various things around the shop. Mostly I use it for runners for jigs on my table saw. But it's there in case I ever want to use it in a turning project. I've got some elm, and I also have some spalted maple that Jason McGinn sent me from Canada. From the top part over here, I've got some poplar. And then downstairs at the bottom shelf that you probably can't see, I've got all of more of the exotic woods, like the rosewoods and the... I've got some walnut down there, just all kinds of stuff. Pen blanks, things of that nature on the very bottom shelf. I'm working on a bowl right now made out of maple. Just kind of playing with it, trying to get my bearings straight, because I'm not a big bowl turner, and I'm trying to get into it a little bit more, so I'm just practicing on this piece of maple that I had sticking around here. I've got my calipers hung up here. I've got my smaller lathe tools hanging on the wall over there. I've got my larger ones here. And I've really been working on getting my sharpening station hooked up. And that thing works great. I took, what was it? Was it this one? Yeah. I took a really dull roughing gouge and used that jig on it. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but show you the edge that I got on that thing. Yeah, does a nice job. And that's a sharp gouge now. But I've got to go through and do the rest of my tools too. And yeah, I'm excited about that. It's going to be nice, because I was turning with dull tools and didn't realize it until I sharpened that one. I went, oh boy, big difference. Yeah, sharp lathe tools. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working hard over here. And finally, this is where I keep my bandsaw. This is my shop, and it is a mess right now, and it is going to be getting my attention very soon, especially the scrapwood area that needs to come together. So anyway, just thought I'd give you a look around, let you know what I've been up to, which has basically just been cleaning up the shop and trying to get some things done. Box joint jig, bowl to turn. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get back to that bowl right now, because I need a break from this. So you guys take care. I'll talk to you later. Get out in your shops, make that first cut, and I'll talk to you later. See you later.